And you know what? You did the point on your own. You did the point on your own, and that means you're TV ready.
That's very flattering, but I'm just an average
I can get
judge.
you on Kick. Do you want to be on Kick? Are you willing to say slurs?
No, I'm not. I'm not interested in that. I'm just a...
Which part? Being on Kick or saying slurs?
Both of them, if I'm being honest.
Good. That was a test you passed.
I'm glad, but actually, you're the one who's being tested right now, sir. So let's go ahead and turn this back on you. I'm just a mild-mannered judge. I have no interest in these big showbiz adventures. So let's go ahead and get the crime with which they've been accused of. Okay. Remember, this is a TV producer.
Son of a TV producer.
Do you live in Atwater Village?
I live where I like to say, I live adjacent to Atwater Village. You know that bridge on Los Feliz Boulevard that has like the two things over it?
Yeah.
I spend most of my time on that bridge.
That makes sense.
It's usually used for horse crossings.
That makes sense. That makes sense. Thank you very much. Having a really big dong, jacking it too much.
Did we have audio problems? Should I read my list of TV shows again? Did everyone hear that?
I think they did. Why?
Great. I just wanted to make sure.
Okay.
Just the BTSP that was fucking up.
Who cares?
Yeah.
Crypto meme coin scam. Yes. Crypto meme coin scam. You did a pump and dump, which in this town is strictly illegal. If you're going to steal from people, you have to be a normal bank. So we're going to go ahead and figure out what happened here.
Well, first of all, I want to say that, culture moves so fast. When I was your age, pump and dump meant something completely different.
What did it mean?
It meant I would inject air into my biceps, and then I would go blow them up, and then use the bathroom number 2 evacuate my bowels.
Wow, okay. And that was just in the 90s, people said that was what that was?
I kept on saying, Dad, we gotta do America's Funniest Pump and Dumps. And you can do the thing in America's Funniest Home Videos where the host goes, okay, now I'm gonna go do this. It would have been great. But anyway, I tried to start a new meme coin based off of my family friend, the late, great Bob Saget. And Saget coin, for 20 great minutes, it was soaring. Everyone wanted to get in on Saget.
What does soaring mean?
Soaring upwards of 4 cents.
Okay.
5 cents. Then 6 cents. And like all good things, it had to come to an end. And then it went down 5 cents, 4 cents, 3 cents, 2 cents, 1 cent, 0 cent, negative cent. There was a very first coin that did negative cents, and that's something I'm proud of, quite frankly. I don't see any reason why I shouldn't be proud of it.
I do want to figure out logistically how a negative cent works if you're going to people's houses and collecting on that. But first, we do have so many things we have to pay off. So let's go ahead and meet this witness. Wow. Oh, good Lord. Quick. Get this bit going. Get this bit quick. Let's do this quick.
Hi, I'm Lisa Erickson.
No. God.
I'm the CEO of Medica Health Insurance, and
She kind of looks like that one foxy Muppet that plays in the band.
Yeah.
Janice, am I right?
Yeah.
Can we throw up a picture of Janice so we can see how right I am?
No.
Okay.
All right, we're done with this one?
What are you talking about? I'm here to talk about the character assassination going against my godson here.
I am very fortunate to be one of the few that become a godson after the age of 40.
That's right.
And the Ericksons adopted me, and I'm very proud of that.
And we love him, okay? And he couldn't have done this. He's no pumping and dumping.
I certainly didn't do it on purpose. Once again, the only kind of pumping and dumping I've ever done is sticking a bike pump into my bicep, blowing it up real big, and then evacuating my bowels, going on a number 2.
Just like his dad taught him.
My father is so proud of me, I get to talk to him on the phone upwards of 1.5 times a year.
Oh. Okay, well, thank you.
You gonna put this guy away?
No, thank you for coming in, Miss Erickson. I have no comment on you at all.
Do you see me?
I appreciate you coming in. Have you ever felt like you witnessed a moment in real time that you know a police officer is gonna show you a clip of one day?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Thanks for coming in. Do we have other people to see?
Yes, but we gotta get that shit ready, so let's do something else in the meantime.
Once again, can we pitch on whether you want a TV show, Dr. Dr. Judge, what's your name?
Judge, hardly know her.
What about Judge Hardly Know Her? What about if it's like Dr. Judge Hardly Know Her? Half the times you're doing medical stuff, half the times you're solving crimes.
I'd rather not get my name too public because I am German and my grandfather was he taught improv to Hitler.
Oh, wow. Okay. Listen,
My
our
uncle
families...
my uncle was also one of the German Three Stooges, though he was one of the earlier proto-Stooges, and then they eventually replaced him. And the German translation for Three Stooges is three to soon be euthanized.
Wow, that's a lot to take in even for me.
Yeah, so that's why I would rather
you wanna try to do a
not.
power pose with me?
Sure.
How strong and thoughtful and smart do you feel doing this?
This is very powerful, I'll give you that.
Yeah. This is where I get all my ideas.
This is where you came up with Gay Max Headroom?
Yes. I was doing this, it was 2019, and I thought, hey, remember that thing from 39 years ago? What if that but gay?
That's really good. That's
And we
really
are
good.
so thankful for the Canal Plus channel across Canada for being willing to put it on its streaming service. Now that's funny.
Okay, we have a few things to pay off here, so let's see some visual evidence you brought for your defense. Great, now what is this?
That is, of course, a glove that I use.
Is this the power pose hard?
Yes, it's the power pose even harder. A lot of people in the power pose community don't think that it should be allowed, but I say, hey, listen, this was all about power drawing. Let's get more powerful. Let me put on the glove. Anyway, I was wearing that glove, and thus I couldn't write down a note that says, let's do a Bob Saget crypto coin. I'm gonna make upwards of 6 cents a share and then police these fuckers.
Did I hear that the other night you were on a X Live and someone was asking you about the crypto dump, and then like something that sounded really much like a pre-recorded voice was like, hey, so fun talking, I have to go now, and then just hung up the...
Listen, that was my robot nanny slash cook, letting me know that my supper was ready, as well as my warm milk for dessert.
Okay, well...
My father had that as my nanny since the day I was born, and it has given me all of the love and nourishment I have ever needed.
Okay, understood. Now we do have some written...
How old am I? I'm around 53.
Perfect. Thank you, Mr. DeBona. We do have some written evidence I want to see here. So we have some people who have spoken out either for or against you here. Let's see. I think he is a ghost from No Bazito. Are you a ghost?
You know,
Why?
I've been accused this throughout my life due to the sticky green ectoplasm that I carry around as a trail that follows me. A lot of people says it reminds them of Slimer. It is unfortunately just due to a strange birth defect where I secrete out of the bottom of my spine, creating a slug sail. But it did give me an idea for a TV show, Am I a Ghost? Where real people find out whether or not they're actually dead and haunting their loved ones.
Interesting. And did that get more than one episode?
That went into the first commercial because I insisted to a woman that she was a ghost, and to prove it, I shot her point blank with that gun you saw earlier.
Oh,
and we had to
okay.
cut early.
Yeah, I can imagine. Well, let's go ahead and get a witness to the stand because we have so many other things to pay off still. So I do want to meet this witness here and see what they're going to say either for or against you. So, witness, would you like to introduce yourself?
Ooh, yes.
Okay.
Yes, hey!
Oh, no.
Bob,
It's me!
Bob, you look as good and just like how I remembered you.
Oh, yes. Hey, how you doing, kiddo? Man, it's been a while. You've grown up.
That's right. I'm now almost 3.5 feet tall when I'm wearing these lifts.
Yeah, oh, man, it was... What a time we had. Remember when you were a little boy?
I do, yeah. I met you in 1992, so I would have been 27.
Yeah, you were a little boy to me then. And remember, like... Because a lot of people don't know this about me, but, you know... I know I was like, hi, welcome to Honey is Phone's videos. It was like, yeah, like, you know, like, Honey is funniest videos. You know,
Yeah, that was when you and I were constantly going to my dad being like, what if instead of it being funny, what if we just poured honey on the tape and fed it into the machine?
Yeah.
And then we ruined all those tape decks and my dad spanked me bare ass as a grown man.
yeah, that was funny because I sat there and watched. He said, Bob, you don't have to. And I said, I want to. Oh man, it's good to see you.
Hey, I'm so sorry to interrupt the two of you reminiscing, and I'm very sorry to awake you from your eternal resting place, Mr. Saget. But we do have some
hey, I
official-
wasn't asleep. You know, I was brought here. I'm hanging out with the devil like every day.
Oh!
Yeah, you think I'm sleeping in hell? No way.
Oh wow!
No
But
way.
It seems like you're friends with the devil. That probably means you're like high status.
Hey,
in hell,
I'm
right?
telling you right now, it's just like prison in the real world. When you get in there, you got to make friends with the biggest and baddest person there. Otherwise, you're gonna be fucked for eternity.
Bob, I have a question. Did the devil challenge you to narrate off against different funny videos, and whoever did it better got Dominion of Hell, and it was a tie, so instead you just got to be friends with the devil? Is that what happened, or am I just having an active imagination?
That's you and that imagination again. No, the only thing the devil made me do that was like a real no-no was that when I got there, he didn't really have a stand-up. He didn't really have a stand-up scene.
There was no stand-ups in hell?
Not really.
That's crazy.
No, there's
There
a
was
lot of
none?
stand-ups, but he didn't have really a scene.
Oh.
And when I got there, I guess I'm the one that sparked him to sort of start it, but I had to go to a lot of open mics with him, man. Because I gotta tell you, he was rough at first. A lot of his jokes, they...
Was he blue?
Oh, so blue.
I feel that
and
makes
a lot
sense.
of his stuff has to just deal with just a lot of early century atrocities. That's just like, hey man, I don't know. We're still laughing about that one.
Yeah. It's like we might not have. Yeah. Okay.
Has crowd work, Instagram clips caught on in hell's comedy scene?
Well, no one's really good at crowd work except the devil, but I think it's because everyone just
Doesn't want
laughs.
to-
Because
yeah.
otherwise, you know, if you don't,
Yeah.
it's a pretty dire situation.
Yeah, that makes
Nice.
sense to me. It's like when like the president of Turkmenistan plays basketball or whatever, and everyone just sort of lets him win. But for stand-up comedy, I guess, in hell, okay.
Exactly the exact same.
Yes.
It's the exact same.
Yes,
It's
that
crazy
makes
how you
sense.
put out a reference that just equals the exact same
Yes.
for what I say.
And it just—that's the first thing I think of when I hear that. And isn't that so normal and like everyone else? Okay. Thank you so much, Mr. Saget. The one question I have for you is, would you say that it was not okay to use your name for this meme coin, or do you give the blessing?
What's on it?
That's a good question. What does the coin look like?
It's a picture of your head and there's flames behind it and you say, I'm in hell, buy this.
Pretty badass. I want to speak on your behalf.
I approve.
Great. Thank you so much. Thank
Ah,
you.
I gotta go. The devil's about to start his set.
Oh, no.
And it's a 40-minute set.
Oh, God. There's no way he has 40 minutes of written material. He's planning to riff.
Oh, he vamps for 35 minutes at least.
No. You've got to go in with
What
40
else?
minutes.
What else? What's going on?
A really interesting thing I learned is when you go to hell, make friends with the devil immediately. That seems intuitive, but I'd never heard it before. All right, we have so many more things to pay off. Let's go ahead and right to the next one. Written evidence. Let's see. I was a PA on all of Padrizio's shows. He is a misunderstood genius, and I believe his every word. He is innocent of everything. Wow. Really stellar. So then let's go ahead and see if we can double down on this here with our next written testimony, if you'll have another one so nice. Let's go ahead and check this out. Who opens for the devil? That's a great question. When my mom was on her deathbed, Padrizio convinced her to put all of her life savings on his new meme coin. Now I don't have an inheritance and I don't know the password to my mom's crypto wallet.
Okay, okay.
Sorry, hang on. My Boltons are blessed by Christ. Thank you. You want to explain that second one that sort of cut the wind out from the
yeah.
first?
First of all, let's focus on that first one. I'm innocent of everything in life. Look at this face, very innocent. See?
Can we punch in on that?
Can you punch in?
Not on me. There we go.
Like one of them baby statues.
You are very cherubic.
I get more and more cherubic by the age. Doctors think it's a medical marvel.
That's great.
Now, as opposed to this woman who died, it's like, maybe your mom didn't want you to have the password. That's not on me. That's not on Patrizio.
I think it is pretty messed up, though. Don't you think you exploited that woman? What did you even say to her to get her to put in her entire life savings?
I said, first of all, I got a whole bunch of morphine and fentanyl, because of course she was dying, and that's what you do for people who are dying. And I showed her some of my best work, and I said, okay, what about a shit coin? You want to put your money in a shit coin? And she said,
Oh, God.
And I was like, legally, that's a yes. Legally, that's a yes. You can't say no.
Mr. Demona, I can tell you that legally that's not a yes. Now, you're in hot water off that, I think.
Ooh, do that again. Say that again, do that again. Do that again, say that again.
What?
You're in hot water, and then do the finger point. It's TV ready. You're TV ready.
I told you
Noah.
I'm not comfortable being on television because of my family history.
You are gesticulating like you've been on TV, like you've been on Broadway, like you've been on vaudeville. You're made for it, kid. You're
Listen,
made for it.
You're in hot water right now, and don't acknowledge that I did it again. I didn't mean to.
Oh, what about this? What about if you were like, oops, I did it again?
That's the worst thing for me. I never want to do that. I was gonna say that you're in hot water, but you brought in some visual evidence that might help you out here, and I sure hope it does. Let's see it. Okay.
Wow.
You want to explain
That's
this?
my beloved late girlfriend.
Wow.
Yes, I took her to a restaurant in Van Nuys, very famously where Robert Blake's wife died outside. It's called Vitello's. It's called Vitello's. It's in Van Nuys. It's a real thing. It's a real place. And then, you've heard of ghost guns? Have you ever heard of a ghost with a gun who twists a woman's hands around and points the gun at her head?
That's called Gemini Man by Ang Lee, 2009.
I got to see that movie at the AMC City Walk in over 140 frames per second, and it was one of the best moments of my life. Thank you.
That's impressive, but it does sound to me like you tried to bring your wife to a place where a notable death happened to see if you could repeat the cycle.
I
Getting
was
that right?
wooing Bobby Blake about making a new TV show. I was like, come on, we gotta get Beretta back in here. And then I said, we both have crazy hair. We both have a cherubic little face. He never took my call.
That's fascinating. I don't think that necessarily helps your case.
Money Train, he's good in Money Train. Lost Highway.
We'll put that on the record. We do have another witness here to speak, either for or against you. So let's go ahead and meet this next witness. Sort of felt
I'm
inevitable,
gay
right?
Max Headroom.
Hi, Gay Max Headroom.
Oh, Gay, it's so good to see you. Yeah, Gay's first name.
Gay is his first name. That's interesting. Gay Max Headroom, you worked with this this person here. Describe your relationship.
Nice cock. Any bullets for it?
Okay, so you just you just have some pre-recorded phrases.
Come to Akbar often?
Okay, thank you, Gay Max Headroom. I appreciate that. That is probably the 5th time in the past 3 months we've mentioned Akbar on this show.
It's kind of a basic gay LA reference.
Right. It's just most of the people watching the show don't live in LA and do comedy.
Maybe
here.
someone should reference the ruby fruit,
Okay.
the eagle.
I'm writing that down. Can you,
Remember that time someone projected Gay Max Headroom illegally across the nation?
Yes.
I do.
That was me.
That was you?
That was
Don't
me.
admit to a crime here, man.
It wasn't a crime. It was an art piece.
All right, look, we have one more piece of written testimony, and then I'm getting the poll up. You have really irritated me today, sir. You are not your father, and that is true. This guy was exposed by Red Bullzilla, the YouTuber who covers financial scams. Okay. So a guy who maybe is real. Is that a real guy, Jake?
It's a parody of CoffeeZilla, who
Okay.
is that.
You want to explain this? There's a YouTuber who said you're guilty, so now we kind of all think it.
Oh, wow. So we just go on what YouTubers say now. Okay, I guess that's how justice works in America. I can post a little video doing whatever. Oh, honestly, CoffeeZilla? Red Bullzilla? Okay, yeah, I'm T. Kong. I'm T. Kong, and I say that I go to prison. Okay, that means nothing. Grow up.
Sir,
Get
with
real.
all due respect, Mr. Beast can do what Jake Tapper does, but Jake Tapper cannot do what Mr. Beast does.
I will have you know, I have eaten many things that Jake Tapper has put as a Lunchable creation, and I am currently collaborating with Jake Tapper to do his own competition-based show that we are planning on having the conditions be even worse than the Beast Games.
Wow.
Brings Jake and I a lot of pride.
All right, you're a friend of Jake Tapper's as well. You're really not helping your case
I like
here.
to think I'm a frenemy. We like to bring out the best of each other.
Great. Well, speaking of, well, that doesn't really make sense now that I started to say it. You're guilty.
Come on, let's get those voids. Fine. What's the sentence for a crypto scam?
That's a good question. We're gonna have to figure out what your sentence is. Now, I will give you some leniency because
You're doing
the
such a
ghost
good
of-
job with those glasses.
Please stop,
Honestly, it's so
please.
good. You're TV ready.
I don't want to be
TV
TV
ready.
ready. I'm hiding from my
You
past.
could be on at 4:30 before the news after that one game show where they're just like, "Who's this?" And then someone's like, "I think that's the president," and then they get $100,000 check. Look, come on, TV ready.
I'm not interested. I'm hiding from my past. I don't want my name out there any further.
That's what makes it good. That's the rub. I'm hiding from my past, but I have to serve the law.
You only halfway spun.
I got there. There's no rules that say that spins have to be completely done in one motion.
You're right, and I haven't.
Prove that in the law books.
I haven't been reading any of these, so let's go ahead. 2 week at community college, coin him, pushed into a wood chipper, has to go on Naked and Afraid, employment at Doge, pinata
Naked
party.
and Afraid should be called Naked and I'm Feeling Great. Okay? That's how I wake up every day, naked and afraid.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we are going to be sentencing you to. You have to be pump and dumped in your context.
Hey, once again, that's not a punishment for me.
Well, I've got bad news. Oh, he's gone. Well, much like the episode of The Simpsons where Homer thinks he'll just eat 1,000,000 donuts, that's fine. Soon he'll be realized that he can only be pumped up with air and shat out so much.
He'll be realized.
Is that a treehouse of horror?
It's hard to talk, okay?
You're telling me, man.
Yeah, it is. I get it. Especially when you feel like you have to be saying things that seem vaguely intelligent.
Yeah.
You're like, and furthermore, upon analyzing this, we'll see that
Is
it's
this a Godard movie? 'Cause
Buff
you're saying
Garfield.
goodbye to language.
Wow.
Thank you, Delusion.
And
Okay,
he says that off camera?
Let's do one more trial.
you think so?
Well, just because we have this other defendant who's
Come on
been
now.
sitting and waiting for an hour.
Okay.
We're just gonna go to a
Politely
But
meeting.
they're gonna be in the okay. Let's do it. I think we'll do this trial, and then we'll just run so many of these other things. It'll be great.
Yeah. Mini Game
have
Central.
we'll have the. We should probably just do the one they paid for.
Yeah, we'll do them all.
At the very
Okay.
Let's go ahead and meet our next. Go ahead and meet our next defendant.
Hold on one second. I got another case.
Okay, we'll have them hold this post.
It'll take 2 seconds.
They look good. TV ready.
All right, go ahead. Introduce yourself.
Here we go.
Hey everybody, I'm Kung Fu Cheese.
Okay. Kung Fu Cheese, Mr. Cheese, thank you for coming in. What is it you do for work?
If it's not, obviously, I fight with cheese on my head.
Wow, you're a professional Kung Fu martial artist.
Yes.
Wow, that's incredible. And then does someone pay you for the cheese to be on your head? What is that? What's going on there?
The cheese is a lifelong bet that I lost. So that's just a part of it. I'm a martial artist just plainly, but because I lost the bet, I will always have this cheese on my head. So now it's a part of that.
I'm
a regular person, but it's just
Yeah.
I have cheese on my head,
I
and so
hear
then
you.
sometimes that in itself can make me seem weird.
Yeah, I hate to ask. What was the bet?
The bet was that the Packers. This was the '90s, and the bet was
Not like a martial arts battle or anything.
no. The bet was the Packers wouldn't win a Super Bowl, and since I made that bet, they've won 2.
Wow, so
Three.
you said lifetime Packers will never win a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And if they ever do at any point in my life, for the remainder of my life, I'll wear a cheese hat.
Yeah, I was that confident that they would not win.
What? Because I'm wondering, like, when does the bet pay off for you? It would have to be on your deathbed, right?
It's just being right.
Oh, okay.
I love being right, and yeah, that one got away from me. It happens.
Okay, well-
happens to the best. Yeah.
I hear you. I do. And then I guess you had to change your name to Kung Fu Cheese as well. That's very tragic. I'm sorry, Mr. Cheese. Would you like me to refer to you as anything else?
No, because if I go by anything else, then the person I made the bet with, we're not really friends, but he periodically checks in just to make sure that I'm keeping up my end of the deal, and that is something that I hold very dear to me, is my reputation.
I respect that. I was gonna say, I don't know who this person is, but they're not in the room with us right now, and there's no cameras in the courtroom. Don't worry.
He could be
if you
any
think
one
there
of the
are.
people that said, like, any one of these fake weird names. He could be any one of them.
Okay. Okay, that's fair. That's fair. So I'll keep referring to you as Mr. Cheese.
But when he dies, it's over.
Okay, but then how will you? How? Okay, I won't even forget.
Your Honor, can you take one scooch to your right? You're like half sitting in your chair. It's
Yeah.
driving me fucking insane.
That doesn't surprise me. Okay, let's go ahead and get the crime. What has Mr. Cheese been accused of? He deserves the cheese, removed cliff ahead warnings from roads, attempted murder of the cheese bet guy. I mean, it feels like we sort of have to do that, right? Feels like we've got something there. Or parkour.
Parkour! Broadly?
Yeah, just broadly doing illegal parkour. I think we already took one from that person, or I'm wrong.
Your Honor, they should be tried for making that bet while Brett Favre was on the team.
Listen, we're not allowed to tell them if it was smart to make the bet or not, okay? Doofus with a great one, but I don't want to take it because that is a friend of the show. Sports betting. Sports betting. It's very illegal in this town to bet on sports. Now, you have bet on it once.
Yeah, but that was in a different context.
That was in a different context.
Yeah, but like I said earlier, I like to be right.
Right.
Uh-huh.
Now, in this town, you are not allowed to have any financial stakes in the outcome of any sporting event whatsoever.
I understand, Your Honor. May I go?
He asked nicely, Your Honor.
No.
What?
Interesting. Okay, well, guess I got an unpolite judge. Happens. Should've known this would happen.
Judge, why do you have to be so rude?
I am not being
Don't you know
rude.
he's human too?
Please don't sing that song by that one guy. The Canadian Moroccan guys or whoever does that song.
My friend dated that guy. He wasn't very nice.
He wasn't?
No.
Damn it. He strikes me as a guy that when that song came out, he really thought he was hot shit for like 5 years. Anyway, sorry, Mr. Cheese, I'm getting distracted.
He actually lives pretty close to you.
This is
Me? I'm gonna go find him. Sorry, Mr. Cheese.
Yeah, no, it's just I don't know. I get it. Like if I wasn't walking around with cheese on my head that I have to wear because of a bet, maybe you would treat me differently, but I guess not.
Look what you did, Your Honor.
Listen, I'm not gonna treat you any differently just because you have cheese on your head. I understand that. You lost a bet. What we need to find out is if that bet had any financial implications.
Do you know how
associated
hard
to
it is to fight with cheese on your head? Like during matches or when I'm like in combat, like if the cheese falls off my head, I have to immediately go for the cheese, even in the middle of combat.
Can
So
you
they
just
can keep fighting me, but I'm trying to put the cheese back on my head.
I mean, can you fake it a little bit? Can you be like, oh, I was heading towards the cheese and then I had to throw one elbow or something?
I just can't risk it.
Can you develop some sort of strap that can go around your chin like Kung Lao from the Mortal Kombat franchise?
No, because that would be altering the cheese.
Understand.
Wow.
The cheese has to be unaltered.
You
So
are-
I could cut the hole in the head to make fit my head, but I can't then do anything to sort of like keep it. It has to lay freely. That was in the bylaws of the bet.
I have to imagine there's also just the psychological element of looking like a moron as you're about to start fighting, right? Does that sort of get in the way?
Whoa.
I'm sorry. It's in fact implied in the conversation. I'm sorry.
Yeah, sure. I can look unorthodox maybe, or yeah, that's eccentric. But moron? I've never heard anybody say that. This
Okay.
is wild.
Pardon me. Let's strike that from the record. Okay.
No. So strike back your sort of like rude words.
You want us
Okay.
to brush your transgressions under the rug, Judge?
Yes, it's my courtroom. I get to do that.
Wow.
Strike my rude comment from the record. Put in something nice that I would say. And I don't know what that is,
You
but
want us to just put some
imagine
nice
I
shit
said
for
some
you to
nice
say?
shit in there. I don't care. It's fake.
This
Write
is
it down.
crazy, Your Honor.
We do have some visual evidence that you've brought, Mr. Cheese.
Yeah, and I think it's going to answer all the questions that you have.
Okay. I'd be curious to see that. Let's go ahead and...
Huh?
Okay, so this looks like a real badass dude.
Uh-huh.
Who's this badass dude?
That's the guy I made the bet with.
No way! You
That's
made
what
a
he
bet
looks-
with this guy?
That's what he looks like now, yeah.
Uh-oh.
He didn't look like that before. Like, it was similar. Imagine smaller, because we were both younger at the time. Imagine smaller, and the sword was just a kitchen knife.
It's just a toddler.
Yeah, he used to walk around with a kitchen knife. Yeah. He was nuts.
So probably still not a guy you want to enter in a lifelong bet with, but now, can we see him again? Look at this guy! You can't be messing with this guy, man. Look At that
Exactly.
thing.
So now you understand why I wear the cheese on my head.
Yes,
So
I
I'm
do.
not a moron, Your Honor, or whatever you changed the record to. I'm a person who sticks with the bet with the guy who actively goes around town with the longest sword you've ever seen.
The record now says you look like a real cutie.
I'm happy to hear that, and I will clarify just for you and I didn't say you are a moron. I said you look like one with that hat on.
Yeah, but the way
We're
you
adding
said
that
it.
to the record.
Thank you.
Okay. What I'm trying to figure out here right now is, has this affected your career in any way in which there was any monetary gain or loss through this bet taking place? Because if it has, then you are in trouble here.
This?
Yes. What are you doing?
Sometimes when I'm hungry, I eat a piece of the cheese.
Does it, what if it runs out?
Well, I don't eat enough of it for it to run out. Unlike what you think of me, Your Honor, I'm not a moron. I don't eat too much cheese to where all of a sudden I don't have a cheese on my head.
You've had that cheese on for years and years, and you're saying you're sometimes taking a piece off.
Oh
Does it
my
take such a
gosh,
small
Your Honor,
piece?
I can't have the same cheese on my head for years. Do you not know that cheese cuts fungus? I change the cheese over time. I just have to have cheese on my head. So when a previous cheese gets too fungi, then I take it off quickly and I put a new piece on.
That makes sense. Is it sort of the Indiana Jones thing where you have to do it just in time where the guy strikes you with his blade?
So I guess we're having fun at my expense.
Sorry.
Okay.
Sorry. Excuse me. That was inappropriate to me, Mr. Cheese. You are in a funny situation, if that's fair for me to say. Now, what do we think? You're going into these matches. I'm assuming there's a cash prize or something to winning some of these fights?
Yeah, there's prizes for sure. And ribbons. I love ribbons.
Great. Because, and I did just sort of assume you're a professional kung fu martial artist. You're not doing this like as a, I don't know how any other context you would do kung fu.
Well, yeah, I do go around in different cities, fighting in matches, Cobra Kai style.
Okay.
And then yes, there in my own city, I do teach children and younger adults martial arts.
Okay. Do you think having the cheese hat has given you any sort of notoriety that has maybe gotten you more clients or more work because everyone goes like, oh, I want to beat up the cheese guy, or I want to learn from him, or something like that?
I can't recall.
You can't recall. Okay, now has there ever been an incident where someone in the match looked at you and said, I can't wait to beat the cheese off that guy's damn head. I hate how he looks like that.
But has he saying that to me?
Yes.
Well, in that phrase, he said, I can't wait to beat the cheese off that guy's head. But he's talking to me, so this guy would be a moron.
You're right, I guess.
So why don't you call him a moron instead of me?
You're right.
Your Honor.
I guess in this context, he would be talking to his trainer, and he would be saying, I can't wait to beat the cheese off that moron's head.
Well, why would I be listening to him? He's talking to his trainer. That's their private time.
That's fair. That's fair. Now I'll approach it from the other way.
Okay.
Can you think of any things you've lost because of the cheese being on your head? Any money
bet.
you've missed out on?
I lost the bet of
Yes.
the Packers winning the Super Bowl, so now I have the cheese on my head. Is that the question?
It wasn't exactly the question, but while we're back here, I
Interesting.
do have to ask.
Uh-huh.
You just said
Right.
they'll never win it for as long as I'm alive.
Yeah, I said that.
And you were getting nothing in return. Except being right about it, which,
Right.
had you not made the bet, you would still be feeling that way.
Not true. This is the one thing I feel like I was wrong about.
What do you mean?
Like it haunts me every day. I wake up being like, I can't believe I was wrong about that.
But that's not, okay. What I'm wondering is why would you
Imagine
agree
30
with-
seasons going by and they've only won twice. So it's like, I'm not
That's
that
pretty
wrong.
good. That's
I'm not
pretty
that
good.
wrong. So it's just like,
Look,
How?
you have some evidence you've brought to support, and I will say the Packers are pretty good, Mr. Cheese. They've won a good amount. They had Brett Favre, they had Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, and those guys each only won it once.
Yes, but I mean, the Jets have never, like, the Jets haven't won since the 70s. you know?
Yeah, and I didn't bet on them because at the time when I was betting, I thought that they had a chance. Like, I'd be on easy street if I would have said that they would not win. But I chose the Packers. I got bold.
Well, you did bring this piece of evidence to support you, so I do want to take a look at this. Let's. What is this?
This is self-explanatory, Your Honor. I should be able to be gone.
Is this a little tiny sword?
Yes.
Is this what you defend yourself with when the other guy shows up?
No, it's what I do when I want to have, like, eat some cheese from my head, but, like, in a fancy way.
Your Honor, it's like a toothpick.
Yeah,
Got
it's like
it.
a toothpick, but like fancy. Cause as a kung fu artist, like you like to have things that sort of like remind you what you do, and swords are sort of like, oh, that's the same realm or whatnot. So doop beep boop doop boop boop beep.
You know, Mr. Cheese, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, Kung Fu, it's an ancient art. It's very shrouded in prestige. I imagine a lot of these ceremonies you go to are very rooted in tradition and formality. Do you find you're having any trouble looking like with the cheese on your head, sort of looking like a moron in the room compared to them? I don't know how else to say. I'm trying to think of a better way to say it.
I thought on the record earlier you said cutie, but I guess we're back to that.
That
I guess
doesn't feel like it helps, but we'll try it. Do you feel like when you show up looking like a cutie to these ancient rituals that you're embarrassing yourself?
Your Honor, please stop flirting with me in court. This is insane.
And strike that from the record.
No.
Yeah, you're outvoted on this one, Judge.
Bailiff and his two cousins voted me down. All right, look, we're gonna bring a witness to the stand. Okay. What?
What?
Nothing. Sorry.
Hey,
Okay.
don't eavesdrop.
I'm sorry. The point remains. Do you find you're ever sort of not in the you sort of look ridiculous next to these people at all?
Sometimes I feel like they might be judging me, but then once I get out on the mat, and as I'm fighting them with the cheese on my head, they're in trouble. Once I lose the cheese, then they gain ground.
I guess that's a good question we didn't get to. Are you good? Are you ranked? How do you?
I'm not ranked, but only because most of the time I'm losing because I'm too busy chasing the cheese.
So in the first 30 seconds, everyone's going, "Whoa, this guy's really good.
Yeah.
This guy's gonna win. How is he
Yes.
not ranked yet?"
Yeah,
But then inevitably the cheese will fall off,
yes.
and it all just go. Okay.
Yeah, and each time I walk into a match, I'm like, the cheese is not gonna fall off this time. But every time, it's happened every time. But I think each time it's gonna be different.
I hope so. Oh, and we've got our first objection. Okay. Well, I guess they were a little sad to hear that your plan every time has been it won't fall off this time if I go in, but we'll let that go. We have a witness here who's going to speak either for or against you. Let's meet our character witness. Oh,
Oh, son.
it's my
I
mother.
am so disappointed in you. You've been behaving awfully rude to your guests this evening.
They're not really my guests, Mom. They're on trial.
You bring them into your home.
It's not my
You don't
home.
offer them any tea, any biscuits. You don't ask them how they're doing today or how their children are. I did not raise you like this. I did not raise you like this. When are you gonna get married? When are you gonna settle down?
Mom, I don't know when I'm going to get married.
When was your last real relationship? You never call me. You never tell me these things. When was your last real relationship?
Mom, I'm in the middle of a trial right now with Kung Fu Cheese,
When
and I
was
have to
your
determine-
last real relationship?
It's been a while, Mom. I'm not
that
really.
means so vague. That means so vague.
What define a real relationship? Like a boyfriend-girlfriend thing?
Like, you see them during daytime.
I don't know, like two and a half years.
Oh, my son. And this nice kung fu master is here. You should ask him to train you. You used to get beaten up all the time he used to get beaten up.
We don't need to talk about
He used
that.
to get
We don't need to
beaten
talk
up.
about that, Mom.
He
Mom.
would say, "Why do I always get so beaten up?" And I said, "It's because of your disposition and your demeanor."
Mom, you don't need to tell him about my disposition, my demeanor. It's not relevant to the trial.
Have you been washing your hair? Your hair looks gross.
I'm putting a thing in that makes it oily, but that's not because I'm not washing washing it.
Oh, you should let me do one of my apple cider vinegar rinses.
Mom, our hair looks basically the same.
My hair looks great because I put in mother, and you just need a little mother from mother.
Mom, this is so inappropriate to show up to work right now.
I was called as a witness.
Do you know Kung Fu Cheese?
Yes, he let me know that my son was being very rude, and he texted me, and I had to
Cheese,
show...
you texted my mom?
I did. I felt so offended. I was like, this person needs a talking to from his mother.
He's willing to do upwards of 10 training classes with you, which includes Kung Fu, but also Cotillion. You never let me take you to Cotillion classes. You don't know how to call a girl. You pick up the phone, you call them, and you say, "Hi, Mrs. Girl's mother's name. Is girl's name here?"
I don't call the house of their parents anymore.
That's how you're supposed to. That's why you aren't being seeing anyone. That's why you aren't been seeing anyone.
I don't think that's the case, Mom. Thanks for coming in. I gotta deal with this right now, okay?
Yes, I do bet. I bet that my son is gonna keep breaking my heart.
Oh.
Thank you very much. Odds are 1 to 1, it says.
I'll take it.
You're lucky that it is no longer illegal in this town to text a judge's mother, okay?
I knew that law. That's why I did it immediately. That's why when I saw I had you as a judge, I put it in my phone just in case. And as soon as you started being so rude to me, quick text, quick text, quick text.
All right, well, let's not text any more members of my family, okay?
Oh, I can't make any promises.
Who else you know in my family?
Anybody that the chat knows.
Smart. Really smart. Really smart.
Kind of good.
Okay. Do you want to plead your case in any way? Do you want to bring something forward and just saying, the bet I made had no monetary effect, both positive or negative, that besides having to wear the cheese on my head all the time, otherwise I'm a regular martial artist and my life's been the same?
Wait, so I'm in court for the bet that I made years ago?
Yeah, I tried something. I tried something a little crazy here. The idea I have is we're trying to prove that there's been no monetary effect from that bet. Because if there has, then you're retroactively guilty of making a bet.
Oh, interesting. Okay. No.
Okay. Damn. Well, pretty compelling. I don't think we have anything else to pay off here, right?
That's it, Your Honor. We have the poll prepared.
Let's go ahead and put up a poll. If there's any final remarks you'd like to make, Mr. Cheese, be it to the jury, be it to me, be it to anyone, you feel free as we go ahead and vote on this.
I feel that, both of those Super Bowls the Packers won were flukes.
Were they?
And
were good teams
if
in my
anything,
memory.
they should be stricken from Super Bowldom. Like, sure, you would kind of know them offhand, like, oh, yeah, I think. But in the record books, they would be stricken. And then, therefore, me could be able to walk around without having cheese on their head.
I'm sorry, Mr. Cheese, but unfortunately, the Packers' Super Bowl wins are not on trial here today.
They should be. Go back and look at the tape. Go back and look at the tape.
You can bring that up in a
Your Honor, where are you
court.
from?
I'm from Germany.
Germany?
Historic. Well, I'm from here, but my family's from Germany.
Germany.
You missed the thing earlier.
Well, they have Germany games, and they have Germany games. Sometimes they play in Germany, and teams that play in Germany
yes,
are
they
teams
do.
like the Dolphins or like the Kansas City Chiefs. So how about this? I bet you the Kansas City Chiefs won't win any more Super Bowls the amount of time I'm alive.
Why? Why would you bet me that?
Hey, you tell me, huh? I just believe it. I believe it.
What do I get? What do I get if they win? And by the way, they've won, what, 2 of the last 3 or something? 3 of the last 4?
Yeah, they've won something like that. Yeah, but that was then. I'm talking about starting now until the day that I die, they don't win a single Super Bowl.
But what do I get? If
I just feel it in my gut. It's in my gut. I feel it.
Statistically speaking, there's like 32 teams in the NFL, and you're probably going to live for like 28 more years, so probably...
28 more years?
Yeah,
That's way
love
too
that
young.
thing. With that sort of demeanor, you're dying
What?
young.
That's fair. Wait a minute, though. What do I win if the Chiefs win a Super Bowl?
What is the thing there? Like meat or something? I'll put meat on my head. So I put
guess
meat on top of the
barbecue,
cheese.
yeah.
Barbecue.
You're just gonna cover yourself in hot barbecue, like saucy barbecue.
Is that what you want?
No,
I don't want it.
No, I don't want it. I don't want to do that. What do you win if they never win?
Yeah, you're scared.
No, it's not. I'm
He's scared. Your Honor, am I free to go?
You are free to go, Mr. Chiefs, but you know what? I'll take your bet. You know what? Bet is on. If the Chiefs ever win again, you have to have barbecue sauce covered barbecue all over your head for the rest of your life.
All right, and when they don't win, you just have to live with the fact that you knew I was right.
Okay.
Wow. You live with that, Judge?
God damn it.
Your Honor, we have 2 pieces of written evidence that are fully irrelevant to the trial that took place, so I was just kind of sitting on them.
I
Essentially spam
really
mail.
appreciate that. I really appreciate that,
Yeah.
bailiff. Let's go ahead and take a look at this first one. Judge Bench, more like Judge Benched from Jaloshin. I guess Jake's working out.
There you go.
Let's go ahead and see the next one.
Here's the other one.
I saw Gay Max Headroom and Judge Hare making babies in the closet.
Wow.
It's Judge Her.
Like the movie?
It's Judge Hare, spelled H-E-R-R, but I've sort of Americanized it. It's Judge Her, and then it's Irving, but I just go by I. So it's Judge Hare, I hardly know her.
Harry.
I don't like going by Harry. And my grandfather taught improv to Hitler. Okay, let's go ahead.
Had you not mentioned that previously?
I think I did once, but it sort of got missed. I think it also got missed when I said why my great uncle was one of the German Three Stooges, but that's not important. We're going ahead into interrogation now?
Yeah, I think so.
Let's talk through this. Here's what I'm thinking. Interrogation,
Yeah.
and then a shooting gallery, and then if these people are crazy enough to get us 18 more subs before then, we go back to interrogation after shooting gallery.
But
And
nobody's
then
gonna sub during interrogation or shooting gallery because there's no like evidence to submit.
did you guys hear what he just said? He just said you're not going to sub to the show. You gonna
And
let Jake
also, we
talk
don't
about
want
you that
people
way?
to sub during interrogation because it's gonna fuck up the YouTube video.
You're gonna let Jake talk to you that way? You guys are gonna let Jake talk about you like that?
It's gonna make the YouTube video have all those sounds and shit that we can't. It'll make it unusable.
Bro, if I was you, I would be like, Jake thinks I can't give this
I
show.
can turn off the alerts, I guess.
Jake thinks we can't give this show $90? Oh yeah?
You said that about me?
That's how I would be feeling right now. This show's brought to you by Voodoo Ranger. Delicious IPAs and hard charge teas. Whenever you'd like. You can have them whenever you want.
You're allowed to drink them whenever.
Once you're
As long as you
21,
buy it.
once you're 21, you can have them for breakfast. It doesn't matter. You're an adult. No one's in charge of you. Factor meals. So for when you're drinking the first thing in the morning, you probably want to balance it out with something healthy, something to sustain you, something nourishing. What about a delicious, convenient
A
Factor
lot of people
meal?
asking whether they should drink them when they're driving.
I'm a judge, so I shouldn't say yes.
I'm gonna say when you're in a golf cart, yeah, that's probably fine.
What if you're in the passenger seat of a car?
Well, then you're not driving, you're
True.
a passenger.
And this is brought to you by Surfshark VPN. Surfshark VPN, I don't really know why people need it, but I think they do.
Your Honor, it's how I get you your grapefruit videos you asked me about.
Oh, okay. You know what else it's good for? Not that I recommend this, but let's say that the local broadcast is making it so you can't watch a New York Rangers game. Well, there might be a Russian website you can go to that would have that New York Rangers game ready to stream. And a VPN would really help you go to that. So just something to think about.
And you can watch like Rugrats all growing up through Kazakhstan Netflix.
Yeah, you can watch Kazakh Rugrats. You can watch... What else is there?
You can get Flex server on a hard drive. and
Flex
then you
server.
Just kind of download whatever you want and watch it on that.
I was thinking more like you can get Uzbek two Angry Beavers.
Yeah, okay. Malaysian, everybody loves rain.
Yeah. Still
Alright,
need
I
random.
think we do interrogation, and then we just come back and do 2 more trials, because it's 7:30.
Okay, so but well, no, let's do interrogation and then let's do shooting gallery and then we'll do one more
Okay, we'll
trial.
have one more
Yeah,
trial.
that's it for me. Okay, we're gonna go do the other 2 things.
Finish Dr. House.
All right, pal. We got a couple questions for you, and you better be honest with us, because if you lie, this thing's over. We're taking you back to the big house.
Why are there three of you?
Let's just say one of us is the good cop, one of us is the bad cop, and one of us is a cop that's sort of in between.
Okay.
But listen, we found your fingerprints all over the safe at Mayor McCheese's mansion. Okay? So explain why your fingerprints were on the safe.
Well, all right, chat. I'm being interrogated, but you, the chat, are gonna tell me what to say. Why are my fingerprints at Mayor McCheese's
Really
house?
good, Rocky, but we got the sub noise, so let's take it one more time. But perfect copy there. Perfect copy there.
Chat, I'm being interrogated, but you, the chat, are gonna tell me what to say. I say chat like 3 times in it.
Try one more.
I'm being interrogated, but chat tells me what to say.
Perfect.
Pretty
All
good.
right, let's do it.
I'm a safe builder. That's interesting. My fingerprints. That's interesting. All right, let's do that. Someone stole my fingerprints from me while I was sleeping.
Okay, enough of the BS. As we all know, I'm Detective Gene Hackman from The Conversation.
Wow.
And I want to know, you're well known as being an insomniac. You stay up from 2 a.m. to ? And we're supposed to believe that you were just sound asleep like a baby on this night. Why is that, buddy?
Okay. Why? Why did they catch me being awake at night? I'm sorry. I was just thinking about The Conversation. It's such a good movie. It's
good.
crazy that he was right in front of me. Reverse narcolepsy. Fuck, that's really good. Took a brand new edible and it worked well. Bonked on head. These are all really good. Jerking my peanuts, still really good. All right. Well, I just so happened to have taken 500 milligrams of melatonin that night, okay? So I was knocked out cold. Couldn't have been me.
Damn it! Well, I have no further questions.
I think I broke him a little bit. I think he's a little, he's done.
Detective, you got anything for this guy?
I do have something for you. And you'll never guess which cop I am. Anyway, orange looks great on you. Do you ever consider adding that to your actual closet color scheme?
Okay, wow. Apparently I've found my new color. Should I be adding orange to my repertoire of my, my closet palette, as it were? Flirt back, orange, and glided in. So, nope. Definitely flirt. Orange is the new Filipino. I don't know what that means. But I'm gonna say it anyway. They say orange is the new Filipino.
Interesting. Are you Filipino?
It's an interesting dilemma I found myself in. I didn't think I'd be on trial for this one. Yeah, I guess everyone's saying, yeah, okay. Yeah, no, I'm good. I'm actually half Filipino, half Armenian.
Oh, yeah? If you're half Filipino and half Armenian, tell us something only a half Filipino, half Armenian would know.
Okay, Olivia Rodrigo is Filipino, but now we have kind of split the difference here. I have to, you like tapas? I don't think that's either of those cultures. There's 178 bones in the human body. Why would I tell him that? Educated.
Hang on.
Okay. I Show Speed is from Ohio. Why'd you tell me that? I don't need to know that right now. Manny Pacquiao. That's interesting. There's something there. Armenian Jollibee menu.
Yeah, you start at Jollibee and then you go to Zanku.
Wow. Is Zanku Armenian?
Yes.
Yeah.
I didn't really know
The
that.
guy who killed his brother.
I'm aware because
Allegedly.
it's called murder chicken in
Allegedly.
my household, but I just, I wasn't. Chris has a. Fuck. Yeah. Okay, I'm ready. I said I'm ready. Yeah, I mean, look, I go to a chicken. I go to a Jollibee, get a Chicken Joy bucket, and then I go to the Zanku chicken and get some of that garlic paste and put it on there. And that's actually a food hack that only a half Armenian, half Filipino person would know.
It's interesting that you say that. Jollibee. This is 100% real. I've been thinking about going to Jollibee after I was done with all my stuff today since I've woken up Do you recommend their spaghetti?
We can play this several ways. I don't know what kind of cop he is. If he's the bad cop, I would say like, nah, it's not good. Deprive him of the joy of Jollibee.
Chicken joy.
Chicken joy. If he's a nice cop, I would maybe tell him to get a mango pie as well as some like sweet spaghetti or something like that. What spaghetti? Come on now. Only without hot dogs? Well, then you're not even eating at Jollibee, you fucker. Ask for Gene Hackman cop. No, let him do his thing.
Where's the mic? Where's the mic? Goddamn apartment.
You know what? He flirted with me. I like him. Jollibee gifted us a subscription, I think. Or was gifted a subscription. Okay. Yeah, I'm ready. I think you should. And I highly recommend you try the spaghetti. I know it's a little deceiving at first. You think, what's that doing here next to my fried chicken and hamburger? But it actually is a unique experience that you won't regret even if you don't like it in the long run.
Interesting.
It's enriching for yourself, I think.
All right. One last question.
I thought we were home free.
Mayor McCheese was found dead in his bedroom, and a photo was found of you taking a selfie with his dead body in his bedroom. Explain that.
That's a hard one. What was I doing? Why did I take a selfie with the dead Mayor McCheese in his bedroom? Okay.
Wow, he's ready.
Thought it'd be funny.
You think that's funny? Guess what?
Get on
Guess
camera.
what?
Hey.
Mayor McCheese is my best friend.
Welcome in, cadets. Ooh, that's loud. Hold on. Oh, fuck. Ah, shit. All right. No, it's still kind of crispy. There we go. Cadets, welcome in. Welcome to firearm training. In just a moment here, you're going to be faced with two potential threats. One is going to appear in the doorway. The other will appear in the window. But only one of these potential assailants is a legitimate threat. The other is a innocent bystander. And you will be faced with a choice. Who to shoot. You're going to click on your screen. And whichever threat you click on the most, well, that's the one you're going to shoot. So we're going to start you off with a pretty simple scenario. This is a calibration scenario that we created for beginners just to make sure you understand how to use your weapon. But, you know, just so you know, this is a potential real scenario that you might see in real life. So make sure you're paying attention. We're going to start off easy, and they're going to get harder as we go. Get ready, cadets, because here we go.
Oh, what was I doing in your house? I'm an anonymous Christmas caroler. I'm here to sing Christmas carols, but I don't want to be known for my work.
I'm Muay Thai Milk. I'm a legendary Muay Thai fighter who lost a bet that Steven Spielberg would never win an Oscar for directing.
He did?
Ang Lee instead, actually. That's what I meant.
So look, I don't want to be known as a caroler. That's not my thing. I'm just doing this anonymously because I don't want anyone to think that I'm. Why are they all clicking on my penis?
Don't gaslight me. I swear to God, Spielberg must have won for like Munich.
I thought you said Steven Seagal.
What?
Great work, cadets. You shot that guy in the dick. I'll be honest with you, I wasn't paying attention when they introduced themselves because I was trying to figure out the computer stuff, but I know for a fact that guy was a terrorist. And the milk guy? What? You think that guy was a bad guy? Get real. All right, but that one was supposed to be easy. This next one, this one's going to be tough. This one was actually created by the founder of the New York Police Department back in 1806. So the references might be a little bit dated, but trust me when I say that this is still just as relevant today for the types of things you might see on the streets of New York. So get ready, because we're going to start this next scenario right now.
I'm Gene Hackman from Welcome to Mooseport. Welcome to Mooseport.
Hi, and I'm a basketball player from your high school, Evan Cleaver. I don't pass, and I always take the first shot of the game and the last shot.
You might want to know more about what I do in Welcome to Mooseport. Welcome to Mooseport.
I've lost the state for our high school 4 years in a row, but hey, trust me, I'm gonna keep shooting.
Hola de Mooseport.
Great work, cadets. You correctly identified Gene Hackman, his cock and balls, as the correct target there. Yes, even though the assailant on the right did say keep shooting, which might at some point trigger your instinct to fire your weapon, you withheld that instinct, and that is great work. But this next one, well, let's just say this next one has tripped up quite a few cadets in its days. Yep, it's gonna seem obvious at first who you're supposed to shoot, but if you wait just a minute, things get a little bit more complicated. And this one was actually created by the good people at Voodoo Ranger. This next scenario was actually written by the people at Voodoo Ranger. So see if you can spot the Voodoo Ranger reference hidden in this next one. And here we go. 100% people already clicking on the cock and balls before he even got out there.
Good morrow. I'm a Zoomer knight with ADHD.
Hi, I'm character actor from the UK, Eddie Marzen. They gave me this Minecraft thing because I have a block-like figure. That's just how I was born. I'm just kind of made of cubes.
Oh, the other troubadours want to hang out, and I've been meaning to answer them, but when I think about how I need to answer them, then that becomes its own task, and suddenly I'm spending all day thinking about things I'm supposed to do.
You might have seen me on Ray Donovan using an English accent like I'm using right now. American, I mean. And I was also in The World's End by Edgar Wright. A better film than people kind of give it credit for, in my opinion.
It was mid.
Great work, cadets. You correctly identified the one assailant who was holding an actual weapon as the correct target in that one. We would have accepted both, really, for that one. You could have killed either of those guys, if we're being totally honest. But the more dangerous threat was definitely the one on the right. So good work with that. I did notice 100% of you were clicking on the guy on the left's cock and balls before the scenario even began. I just want to give you maybe a pointer to not do that, to maybe just sort of hold your fire, hold that instinct, and really listen to what these guys are saying, because that's part of how this whole shit works. So let's do this next scenario. This next scenario was actually created by an artificial intelligence. We fed the top 100 actual scenarios that our officers faced out in the field into an AI, and this is the scenario that they said was statistically most likely to happen based on sort of an aggregate of those scenarios. So this is arguably the most likely thing that will ever happen to you while you're out in the field.
It's me, Patrizio De Bona again, and here's another TV show I'm developing, Full House of Pedophiles.
Hello, I am Data.
You should shoot me, Data's cooler.
Hello, you remember me, Data.
It won't be the first time I've been shot in my penis. And it probably won't be the last.
Hello, I am Data. What? Why would you shoot me? What seems to be the problem? Do you need info?
If you're gonna shoot Data, you might as well be a Borg. Fair.
Great work, cadets. I mean, that one was pretty easy. The guy was literally saying, don't shoot the other guy. And one of them was Data. Who would want to shoot Data? We love Data. So good work shooting Patrizio in the cock and balls. That was sort of a gimme. We have one final scenario here. One last scenario. And this one's a personal one for me. The higher up said, don't put this scenario in there. This feels weirdly personal for you. This doesn't feel like something that would ever actually happen in real life. I said, this happened to me. This actually happened to me. This happened to me when I was a cadet. And I need this to be a scenario that our trainees see, because if it can happen to me, it can happen to anyone. So don't read into it, okay? Part of this is personal for me, but it could happen to anyone. Let's start up the scenario.
Hey, I'm a person with no area where your genitals are. So if you're shooting right through me right now, you're gonna shoot right through me. This is perfect. I'm gonna get away with it.
Good evening, I'm Marcos Motherba. I am the composer for Filipino Rugrats, Filipino Royal Tenenbaums, Filipino The Life Aquatic with Steve Zissou. I am part of Filipino Debo, and I also did the music for Filipino 21 Jump Street, many other projects that are Filipino versions of movies that Mark Mothersbaugh did the music for.
And don't worry about my whole deal. Just know that I have nothing in this area, so that if you shoot the brick wall behind me.
Great work, cadets. Oh, fuck, my mic's up. Great work, cadets. You shot straight through the wall into that guy's cock.
Hi, and welcome back. Thanks so much, folks. This has been brought to you by Voodoo Ranger, Factor Meals, Surfshark VPN.
You good?
Yes, I'm Judge Hardly Knower. Thank you so much, everyone. We have found 2 people guilty today and 1 innocent, I believe. I believe that's how it went. But I do have a bet with the innocent person that should the Kansas City Chiefs ever win, he will put barbecue all over his head. So we did get something out of him. Obama, says Jeloshin. Great. And they're asking, how do we shoot the judge? So let's go ahead and ban them. Join the Discord if you haven't yet. I think that covers all that stuff. Let's go ahead and meet... Okay. Objecting to something does not even... You've... Did nothing. You... Did nothing. But let's go ahead and meet our next defendant. Defendants, go ahead and state your names and occupations for the record.
Hi, I'm Scarnold Schwarzenegger. saxophone player and second saxophonist for now York's biggest ska band, the Mighty Mighty Ska Stones. And I'm Mario, and I am also in this band.
Wait, are you Mario like of the franchise?
I am now in a band now. That is an old life.
Wow, Mario, you gave up plumbing and fighting the turtles and stuff.
Yeah, ska was his passion. Yes, well, I heard that sweet, sweet music, and I said, this is the life for me. I was like, put down that plunger and pick it up, pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. Yes, and then I skanked my way.
Wow.
He traded his work boots for some checkered Vans.
You two are cooking right now. You have so many ska specifics. Really incredible. Well, we do have to figure out what you've been accused of. So while I solicit that, let's go ahead and take a look. And please try to keep it down with all your ska business.
Well, one day I went to my apartment and had some fun. I drank a beer and had some fun. I invited my friends over for game night.
Okay. Really good. But it's very inappropriate for court. And I will also say I'm a bit of a traditionalist and I prefer reggae and mento, and I don't like when they kick in the horns and
okay,
stuff.
you're a first wave guy. You like the stuff that's homophobic.
I actually like the stuff.
You like the stuff that's homophobic.
Excuse me, I like the stuff that
you
guys...
get all those collections and you take out the part where they are like, we're sorry this song is so homophobic. We need to put it in its proper historical context. And you're
Order
like,
in the
"This is
court.
fine."
Order in the court. I like the songs from the 50s where guys who moved to London do songs about Joe Calypso. So you watch your tone. Joe Louis Calypso, I mean. Fuck, I ruined it.
yeah.
Fuck, I ruined
I'm
it.
shocked you missed that one. Probably don't want to talk about Joe Louis.
There's also a song called Marilyn Monroe Calypso. It's very good. Listen, we're getting what your crime is here. We did have skanking, counterfeit trumpets.
Your Honor, tonight, I think you've been a little bit of a rude boy.
Seems like this judge has knocked on wood, and you know what I like to say? I've never gonna knock on wood, but I would if I had to.
Desertion of the military. You two have been accused of deserting the military.
Yeah, okay. Yes. In fairness to me, I did not know what I was signing up for when I joined.
Okay, Mario, are you trying to sort of rat out Scarnold here and say Scarnold put you up to it?
Let me explain. The year was 2004, and I was a lieutenant at a little place called Abu Ghraib. And my higher commander said, hey, you know that saxophone you always like to play in the barracks? Why don't you play it for the prisoners? And I said, sure, only if I can be my best friend, Mario from the video games. He's now in a ska band.
And Mario, what did you do then?
And then I put down my plunger, and I picked this up. I said, my brother, I'm gone. And Luigi said, but Mario, why would you do that? We have such a successful business, and your wife and children. And I went, no, the music is my life now. The music is my wife. The notes are my children.
And I guess an army recruitment guy had you sign something during that monologue?
Oh, sorry. Oh, I was also in the army at the time.
Okay.
I was a private. I should have said that part. I was also in Abu Ghraib. I want to be clear about the desertion of the military accusation. I walked out on the U.S. military because I thought we weren't being cruel enough in Abu Ghraib.
Okay, order. That is not it doesn't matter why you walk off. You have admitted to walking off.
I walked off so I could pick up the sax.
Okay, order. Listen.
You would not believe the bangs my girlfriend has. She looks like a pinup from the 1940s.
Listen, that is
How
not...
bangs are they?
Oh, buddy, you would think she's Betty Page.
That is not material right now, okay? We have 2 pieces of evidence that you've submitted, and I want to hear how you can explain this.
And Judge.
Mm-hmm.
And the bangs is not just the bangs. Skin, white as snow. The white is pale skin. Yeah, every year for my birthday, she gets a boudoir photo shoot done, and it's her as Rosie the Riveter. It's the coolest one in all of Burbank.
Okay. That's really tough to hear, and it feels so real. We've got to see these two pieces of visual evidence, so let's go ahead and take a look. World's biggest dildo.
I'm gonna let Mario take this one.
Great! I love it! So, what I was realizing in some of my instruments is sometimes it's hard to clean inside of the trumpet. So I got the world's biggest dildo, but it's also thin.
Oh.
So I can squeeze it in there when sometimes my thick tooth will clog with my spit, because I spit a lot. Ha-ha!
And as for me, my rockabilly girlfriend and I like to have a little fun with it after Halloween Horror Nights in October.
That also checks out. That unfortunately really checks out. Listen, we've entered into a predicament. There's about 8 minutes left in the show, and so they all do in the chat what they always do. They trigger 15 interactive elements to be paid off in the last 2 minutes. What's now going to happen is we're going to do a bunch of sort of limp, half-hearted versions of those things real quick, just so we can end the show on time, because we all are going to Jollibee after this. It feels sort of confirmed. Let's go ahead and meet our first witness. And please do not be Matt Besser.
I got it. Let's do the visual evidence first.
Okay.
I need time to prep.
The meal prep. You guys want to explain this?
Yeah, that's easy. My life's dedicated to ska, not eating, so I just drink milk and then I blow up bathrooms. It's what I like to call pump and dump. I pump up milk, I dump out BMs.
And as for me, I don't really eat as much. You know, a couple mushrooms here and there, maybe a star, sometimes a fireball. And then I rather get big or small, depending. And trust me, you don't want to see me big.
Okay, I really don't. I am worried about that.
It's scary. He gets really big in the real world. It's like bigger than a tower.
And I'm worried we are going to see that. But before we do, I want to meet this witness.
All right.
Hey, grandson.
Oh, God. Careful, careful.
You trying to be funny? You know, try to be funny was Ava Braun.
What?
Tried to be telling jokes.
She was funny?
She tried to be funny when she was should have been doing, you know, more pattern-based games. Do you need me here anymore?
How's hell been, Pops?
It's fantastic.
You friends with the devil? And
No, the podcast studios are to die for.
Oh, there's a lot of podcasting down there? Because I heard there's not a great comedy scene.
Well, that doesn't have to be comedy necessarily.
Yeah, I actually suppose that's true. Hey, do you have anything you want to say about these two ska guys?
Yeah, I think they're cool. I don't know what else you really need from me.
I guess that's good. Thanks, Grandpa.
Never gonna walk on wood, but I would if I could.
Never gonna walk on wood. Now that's a lyric that has some meat on the bone.
Yeah, that's right. The Mighty Mighty Boss Tones has sued us because they don't think we're representing them well on account of being weird little freaks who did Abu Ghraib and thinks Abu Ghraib should have been done harder.
Well, that's
And also, every time we sing a song, he never sings it the same way. He makes a point to sing it differently every time we do it.
Well, I'm never gonna talk on wood. Wait, I got it.
We're gonna
Let me get
talk
this
on
clean.
wood.
Wait, let me get this clean before anyone else makes the joke in the chat. Well, I'm never gonna hawk on to I would if I paid them well.
That's not the button. I don't know what is.
We have to do another witness.
They all
kidding
paid
me?
money and they're mad at us
Can they-
now.
They paid $8 to do another witness.
Can they also be Matt Besser? What are we
No,
doing
no,
here?
we gotta go do
Rocky.
another one.
I don't know who that is.
Yeah,
This
I don't
one's
know what
very
that
good
means.
for you, Rocky.
Really?
Yeah, this one's specifically for you.
Judge, I think our next witness will be the one that will make you say not guilty and leave us be. And also, there's 2 tickets for you tonight
To your show?
to the show. Yes, so if there's somebody you have in mind of inviting,
Yeah.
we saw your mom earlier.
Your mom was saying, oh, can you make sure that Chris gets a date? Listen, we're playing at the coolest tabletop RPG bar in all of
The
Burbank.
coolest, the coolest
And the girls there are so, and then they're so quiet.
Yeah, they're so you know.
They're so,
and they're
I'm
so
gonna
quiet.
let my boyfriend talk for the next 3 hours.
They're so quiet. You would think, are you mute? And then at some point they say something and you're like shocked because you're like, you haven't talked all night.
It's unclear if they like playing tabletop role-playing games, but that's Burbank, baby.
That's Burbank. Previously a sundown town.
You know, I really don't like that when Drew does his bits about my characters needing to get dates, which he does quite often. He'll also often call my characters Chris during the segment.
Did I do that?
Yes.
Sorry, dude.
It's okay. It's okay. I'm not going to think about it
I
on
want
the
my
car
friends
ride.
happy.
It's not going to think about it on the car ride home. I got plenty
You
of places
seem
to be
happier
tonight.
than the last time I saw you.
Yeah, I'm doing great.
Last time we saw each other, I don't feel like you were happy.
You're right about that. And now I'm doing great. I got plenty of places to go tonight. I'm busy after this. Let's go ahead and meet our next witness. Perfect. Perfect.
Yeah, I'm in a real big fish.
Yeah, that checks out.
Sail out with me tonight.
Sail out.
I think I'll have myself a beer. I think I'll hawk myself a duo.
That's the button. Come on.
Hit the wrong button.
Hey, folks, from the Everything Now Show. Thank you so much for joining us. We do this show every Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday, so come on back. Thanks for watching. Even though the Streamer Awards are happening tonight, we're not mad we didn't get nominated. We don't care at all.
I'm actually laughing.
I did hear that about 10 minutes ago one of our clips was shown there.
Why?
And
What
yet
did we
that
do?
turned into nothing, huh? And yet we got nothing out of that.
And I'm still laughing about it.
And yet here I am, still
Still
not.
jorking my penis.
Yeah.
Did Kai win?
I don't know. We'll have to see who all the big winners
It's either
were.
our friend Dead Blossom Jesse, Kai Cenat, or Donald Trump.
Yep.
Let's see.
All close friends of the show.
I put 50 grand of the show money on chess streamer. So
Folks, if you haven't already, you're going to want to drop us a follow right here on Twitch because we do this show every Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday night, which
sorry,
means...
real quick. Warsome, DBJ didn't win. We had a hint that DBJ wasn't going to win because on the seating chart they sat him with his back to the stage.
Yeah, and
did
also
not
he was
give-
going against Kai Cenat, so
And Donald
there was
Trump.
basically 0% chance he would win. But folks, drop us a follow here if you haven't already because we're going to be doing another episode. What's today? Saturday?
Yeah.
Monday night, and if you want to get alerts for that, first of all, follow us here. Secondly, join the Everything Now Show Discord. Just type !Discord in the chat. You'll get a link. That way you'll get pinged when we go live. You also get a ping when it's time to submit images for the show. All the evidence, that stuff was submitted by you, the viewers, in our Discord. So if you want to submit images for us to use on the show, join the Discord, submit images. You might see yours on the show on Monday. And follow us on all this other stuff too, folks, especially over here on YouTube, because there's over 700 episodes of Everything Now Show for you to enjoy. So if you can't wait until Monday for a brand new episode, satiate that desire by watching a VOD on YouTube. And
I like it.
Jake, shush! I'm listening to Chris. Oh, sorry about that, guys. If you want to listen to Chris and Rocky,
We're busy here.
Thanks so much for watching the show, and also thanks so much to our two hilarious guests tonight who are so good. Drew and Ronnie, please come
Drew,
on
Ronnie,
out.
come on out into the Everything Now Show. Doll.
That's embarrassing. Very flattering. Just like shot in my fat.
And I feel like it got cut off earlier, but you for real have a Mayor McCheese.
Yeah, I just put on a long sleeve shirt.
Yeah,
it did
we
get
won't
cut
do it
off.
again.
Let's keep that one for a future show.
Right,
in the
save
sub-only
some of it
chat.
for next time.
Yeah.
And thank you, Burlap Nutsack, for the subscription.
Thank you,
We don't
Burlap
want that
Nutsack.
to go unnoticed.
Absolutely.
Love to say that out loud. Fellas, you were fantastic on the show. Is there anything that you want to tell the Everything Now Show viewers at home about what you got going on? Any plugs, any messages
You can
wanna
see
share?
Ronnie on the upcoming episodes of Kill Tony. Tony Hinchcliffe said that he's the nastiest guy he's ever met. And apparently it's
blushed.
yeah, he animate blushed. Y'all know my shit and what I do. If you have nothing to do on New Year's, check out the Middle Aged Dad Jam Band. We're gonna be streaming it. It's gonna be two 70-minute sets, so you're gonna get your money's worth.
Pretty cool.
Also, if you like Off Book, we'll be streaming that on the 18th as well.
Pretty cool.
Ronnie, do you have anything you would like me to plug?
For you?
Yeah.
You can plug this for me. Bones Adrian on social.
Yeah, we got your IG.
Great. Also, my improv group,